Jai good day, good morning to everyone. Today we are going to see the sexual reproduction in flowering plant. So before moving to the topic, we must know what do you mean by reproduction. What do you mean by reproduction? It is the process by which living organism produced from its own kind. It is called as reproduction. Okay, what are the type of reproduction? There are two type of reproduction, that is sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. So what do you mean by sexual reproduction? That it is a mode of reproduction in which the two parents are involved and give the new organism is called as sexual reproduction. If we come to the asexual reproduction, the new organism may produce from the single parent. Okay, so this is about the reproduction and the type of reproduction. So today what we are going to see mean the sexual reproduction in plants we are going to see. Okay, so plants mean which is the major parts may involved in the reproduction, that is the flower. We know. No, so the flower is the major part which involved in the reproduction. So here, see, the stamen and pistil is the parts of the plant which involved in the reproduction. Okay, so the stamen is the male reproductive part and pistil is the female reproductive part. So few of the plants they have actually stamen as well as pistil, and few of the plants they has that stamen and stamen alone, or few of the plants they may has the pistil alone. So this is the fact about the flowers. Okay, so if we come to the structure of the stamen, what are the main parts may present mean the anther. Okay, the anther is the major part which involved in the reproduction, and the pollen grains are the small tiny particle which present in the anther, and filament actually a tube-like structure. Okay, it hold the anther, and here the anther actually it is a bilobed structure. It connected by the tissues called connective. So this is about the stamen. Okay, if we come to pistil, pistil is the female reproductive part. Okay, in that there are four main parts of the pistil, that is stigma, style, ovary and ovule are the four main parts of the pistil. Okay, the thalamus is the stall which hold the pistil. Okay, so it is actually the flower part. It is not involved in the reproduction. Okay, so now we can move forward to the structure of anther. Okay, so here actually see, this is the structure of stamen I have drawn here. So while we are taking the part of the anther, we can keep in the microscope, we can get this transverse section of the anther. Okay, so before that, the anther is the bilobed structure. See here, it is a bilobed structure. Okay, in that bilobe there will be a small hole like structure is present called pollen sac and also called as microsporangium. Okay, so this is the pollen sac. So each lobe contains two pollen sac. Okay, what do you mean by pollen sac? Pollen sac are cup-like structure which hold the pollen. Okay, which contain the pollen, that is called as pollen sac. So each lobe contain how many pollen? Pollen sac, actually each lobe contain two pollen sac. So how many? Totally in the anther, how many pollen sac may present? There are 4 pollen sac may present. Okay, so if we come to the transverse section, this is the transverse section of the anther. Okay, see here, this is the connective tissue, and this is the epidermis layer. Its outermost layer is called as epidermis, and the middle layer is called as endothecium, and this structure, actually this is microsporangium. Inside the microsporangium there will be a sporogenous tissue, and this is the outer covering of the microsporangium is called as tapetum. Okay, this is about the structure. If we come to the sectional view of the anther, See, this is the sectional view. While we are see the anther in the high viewed microscope, we can see this kind of structure. So the outermost layer is the epidermis, and that innermost, after the below the epidermis, there will be a layer called endothecium. Okay, and in that endothecium, after the endothecium, there will be a middle layer, and inside there will be a microspore mother cell, and outer inside the middle layer there will be a tapetum. Okay, this is about the structure. So here, what is the purpose, what is the function of those structure? Okay, that is the main thing. So epidermis, endothecium and middle layer. Okay, what is the purpose? Actually, it only gives the protection to the microsporangium. Okay, and the tapetum may give the nourishment to the microsporangium. Actually, the sporogenous tissue, it will give the nourishment. What do you mean by nourishment? It will give the nutrient to the spores. It is the main function of the tapetum. Okay, so the anther is the dithecus. What do you mean by dithecus? Actually, it contains the two lobe. So we are saying two. Di mean two, thecus mean pollen sac. Okay, it has a two lobe. It is a two lobed structure. So we are saying this is a dithecus, and in that there will be a small hard-like structure is called as pollen sac, and it is also called as microsporangium. Okay, so here in that microsporangium there are the parts of the microsporangium: epidermis, endothecium and middle layer. These three layer function is only give the protection. And the tapetum, what is the tapetum function? It give the nourishment to the spores. Okay, so this is about the structure. Inside the microsporangium, if you look at this picture, inside the this is the microsporangium. So inside the microsporangium, what will be there? Inside the microsporangium, there will be the microspore mother cell or sporogenous tissue. Okay, sporogenous tissue. What do you mean by sporogenous tissue? The sporogenous tissue is the tissue which produce the spores. Okay, sporogenous tissue mean they are the tissue, they produce the spores. Okay, actually they only play a main role to form the pollen grains. So we are giving the name actually sporogenous tissue. Okay, it is actually a very compact tissue, and it is the homogeneous tissue also. Okay, what do you mean by homogeneous tissue? Actually, the tissue which contain the similar structure. Okay, all cells may has the same kind of structure. We are saying that those kind of cells are the homogeneous tissue, homogeneous cells. Okay. So here, what will happen actually? How the spores may produce? How the how the spores may produce? How the pollen grains may produce? We can see now. Okay, see here, the sporogenous tissue may form the spores. Okay, the sporogenous tissue main function is to form the tissue. That is the main function. And the microspore mother cell, what it will be do? Okay, the spores may undergo meiosis. What kind of division? There are two type of division we know. That is mitosis and meiosis is the two type of cell division. Okay, mitosis is the equational division and meiosis is the reductional division. So here the spores, always the spores are diploid in nature. What do you mean by diploid? Actually, diploid means the cells which contain 46 number of chromosomes is called as diploid. Okay, so the spores are always diploid in nature. Okay, actually this is the spore. So this spore may produce the meiocyte. What do you mean by meiocyte? The meiocyte is the mother cell, pollen grain mother cell. The meiocyte is the pollen grain mother cell. Okay, so the meiocyte also the diploid. Okay, the meiocyte also the diploid. The spores also the diploid, and meiocyte also the diploid. So we doesn't need a diploid cell. Why we doesn't need diploid cell? Actually, the male and female gamete may fuse together, only we can get the zygote. No, the zygote only diploid. So it should be, we need to reduce the number of cells. So what kind of cell division may have takes place here? Actually, the meiocyte may undergo the meiosis. Okay, meiosis, we know it is the reductional division. So while the meiocyte may undergo the meiosis phase 1. In meiosis, there are two type of phases, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Okay, so while that meiocyte may undergo the meiosis, it may form the actually pollen grain, pollen diode. Okay, pollen diode mean that cells which contain two nucleus. It's a diode. Okay, then it may undergo meiosis 2. Okay, it undergo meiosis 2. At that time, what will happen? It may contain the cluster of 4 nucleus in that. It is called as tetrad. Okay, pollen tetrad. So pollen tetrad. So in meiosis phase 1, we can get the meiocyte may undergo meiosis 1 phase. At that time, we can get the 2 nucleated diode, pollen diode. Then again, the meiosis undergo the phase 2. That time we can get the pollen tetrad. Okay, so this pollen tetrad, after that they may form, actually they may degenerate. Okay, dissociate and form the 4 haploid pollen grains. Okay, actually they dissociate and form the 4 haploid pollen grains. Okay, so this is about the structure and microsporogenesis. What do you mean by microsporogenesis? The microsporogenesis means the formation of microspore. The microspores are nothing but pollen grains. Okay, so this entire process we are saying that is the microsporogenesis. Okay, genesis means the synthesis. Okay, what means synthesis? The microspore, actually the pollen grains may synthesis in this process. So these 4 pollen grains are what kind? Actually it is a haploid. Haploid means it only contains 23 number of chromosomes. It is called as haploid. So we can get the 4 number of haploid. Okay, these 4 number of haploid may fuse with the female gamete and we can get the zygote. So this is about the structure of and the microsporogenesis. Okay, thank you. Jai Gurudev.